All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Top Line. It's your boy Chris, and well, y'all know what time it is, man. The trade deadline is Thursday. So let me put out the disclaimer right now. You will hear me talk about potential trades that some may seem like pie in the sky, and some may seem like wishful thinking, and some gonna make you feel like, yo, please, let's do it. But it's that time of year. I know some of it is just straight phony baloney, but we're gonna talk about, discuss some, and I give my opinion, and we'll go from there, man. So let's start with the Brooklyn Nets. Now this is on Fan Nation, all Raptors, so it is a Raptors centric website, but it says the Nets exploring Fred VanVleet deal, Spencer Dinwiddie, and draft picks. The Brooklyn Nets are reportedly exploring adding the Toronto Raptors to the Kyrie Irving deal in order to acquire Fred VanVleet. Okay, all right. First of all, let me say this. I think Steady Fred has been integral in this, in the Raptors are trying to resurge and get their feet up under them as the season continues. I think he's been playing well. He's been relishing in his role as not only just a scorer, but as a offensive sort of like the general, like the floor general. That's a good term for it. The Brooklyn Nets, and that's the key too, when you start talking about all these deals and everyone start giving their opinion on Kyrie Irving going to the Mavs and all of this, that's great, but it ain't final. It don't have to be final to the trade deadline. Now, the Brooklyn Nets haven't finalized the Kyrie Irving trade quite yet. Recent reports suggest that the Nets are looking to include a third team in the Kyrie Irving deal to redirect Spencer Dinwiddie and potentially tweak the deal with the Dallas Mavericks, according to Age Wojnarowski. If there's a legitimate source in far as NBA content, 99% of the time is Woj, and this according to Woj. Among the most likely teams to be involved in the Toronto Raptors, who according to March Times have been offered a deal including Dinwiddie and future draft pick for Fred VanVleet. Among the possible, hold on, get that out of the way. Among the possibility of spending the Kyrie Irving to Dallas trade before the evening's scheduled trade called Leesor has explored, the Brooklyn Nets have explored feasible packaging Spencer Dinwiddie and draft pick to Toronto in an attempt to acquire Fred VanVleet. Updating tonight's NBA blockbuster trade at the Nets due to the potential rule not moving Spencer Dinwiddie elsewhere. Brooklyn has been set to acquire Dallas 2029 first round unprotected, and it's possible that pick would be redirected to Toronto. So in this scenario, the Toronto Raptors would get a 2029 first round pick. The Nets could also trade their own 29 first round pick as well as their 2028 first round pick. They also have a protected first round pick from the Philadelphia 76ers in 27-28, they could trade to the Raptors. Now the Raptors in this case can have many different options that the Brooklyn Nets can offer them, and if they want to make this move, they can look at other things. So the Brooklyn can be like, hey, we'll give you a first round 2029 pick, and the Raptors like, nah, we don't want that one. We'll take this one. We'll get the deal done if you do this one. Now, the key to this is in my opinion, is how far are the Brooklyn Nets? They must have him very high on their board. I'm gonna tell you why, because I think Spencer Dinwiddie is a if I'm not mistaken, he's like one of the Mavs, and again, this is subjective, right? But if I'm not mistaken, Spencer Dinwiddie was one of their best defenders. Let's look it up real quick, because I think Spencer Dinwiddie was one of the Mavs one of their best defenders. Let's look at his stats. This season he's averaging 17 points, 45% from the field, 40% from the three. That's damn good, man. That'd be good. Get you now. Now listen, I'm not taking nothing away from Steady Freddy, because Steady Freddy, he literally can get hot from three with the best of them. 3 rebounds, 5 assists, is what he been, and he give you a little bit added advantage on the size front. That's one of the love it or not, that's one of the knots on Steady Freddy is his size, bro. As you see, even in the last game, once he get in the middle, right? Once he start to get in the middle around those big guys, he kind of get lost in there a lot of times. So, this is one I'm torn on, man, because it's not even just, I like Spencer Dinwiddie. You can add someone to the team with size and that can give you 40% from three. You add him to that team and you get some draft capital in the future that can either, help you at draft time in that year or be packaged because, these drafts, they so far out, they move around a lot. Like, when the last time you heard something about 23, 24, and 25 picks? Right now, you see how teams are starting. It's the new trend in the NBA. Hey, that 20, get your binoculars. You see that? That 20, 29, that's 27 and 3 pick over there. We'll give you that one. That seemed to be the new thing in the NBA now. So it all depends on how the Raptors value Steady Freddie. But the thing is, Steady Freddie want a deal. Steady Freddie wants a deal. I'm not sure. Now, the one thing I'm not sure on is Spencer Dinwiddie current contract. I'm not 100% sure on that and how. Let's see if we can figure it out real quick. And the only reason I'm taking the time out to do this while I'm on this camera right now, guys, is I want you guys to have a clear indication of exactly what he'll be a free agent in 2024. So he'll be a free agent next year, unrestricted. So it's not like they're absorbing him for 2-3 years to come. You have him this year, possibly next year. If you like the way he fits, you add him. You keep him if you want to trade him along with some additional assets for someone else. I'm not saying who, nor do I know who. I'm not. I'm not being subliminal here, guys. Like, I'm not throwing none under that. I don't know, but I'm just saying. He's 18 mil this year, 18 mil next year. But it depends on how high they value Spencer Dinwiddie, man. I tell you one thing though, this will be interesting. I don't know. To me, would I do this deal, man? I don't know. I look at it based on the contract that you are willing to give Steady Freddie, because I think Steady Freddie is going to be looking between 25 at least. 25 mil, 4 year, 25, get you at 100 mil, something like that maybe, or maybe even higher. I don't know. So if this case, this is less money. Now, I don't know how much do they plan on, how much value do they have on him going forward in the future. It's going to be interesting. It's a trade deadline, man. Y'all know how all this stuff start spewing out and all these things start coming out. We'll see, man. But, hey, right now, that's the latest when it comes to the Toronto Raptors and Steady Freddie. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, you guys be great.